Well, happy Friday, guys. It's your boy Stas here. Cheers, by the way. Got that evening, well, I guess not evening, but afternoon double espresso. I appreciate you guys for tuning in as we're going to break down SoFi stock and the overall stock market right now, which, well, overall, we're down. SoFi stock's down about 2%, and the S&P 500's down 0.7% as QQQ's down over 1.2%. Guys, we have to break down the charts, do an update, go over my thoughts, what I'm looking to do. So hit that like button, make sure to subscribe, check out all the links down below. If you guys want, check out the email stock newsletter, the Patreon for my portfolio updates, and let's dive into it. So SoFi right now is down about 2%, trading at $25.58 after hitting over $26 a share this morning. We hit $26.40, and we were up out of the gate at one point, guys. We were looking pretty good after closing at, $26 yesterday. So at one point, we were up 40 cents on the day per share. We actually took out the highs from yesterday, and you guys can see with that move this morning, we got super close to taking out the highs from earlier this week. It looks like 3 days ago, I think on Tuesday, we hit 26.60. We almost got there this morning, guys, but we failed. And then going back to the intraday chart, you can see what happened after we failed. Well, we dumped down all the way to about 25.20. And now, over the last 2-ish hours, SoFi stock has been recovering from 25.20. Now we're at 25.50. Starting to see a bit of a golden cross on the intraday chart here, which is a good sign. I like the way that's setting up. But overall, I'm noticing some selling pressure, right? Obviously, the overall market's down. VIX is up 8%. We're seeing some selling pressure, and it makes sense on a Friday in this type of environment where, again, all the indexes are down, VIX is up. It makes sense. SoFi, which has been a hot stock, a hot flyer, it makes sense it's selling off. And I'm noticing a little bit of a double top potentially forming here on SoFi at about 26.50, 60-ish. I don't even know if I want to call it a double top per se, but we see a lot of resistance at that point. We failed there a couple of times throughout this entire week. And notice here, let me redraw this actually. We do have higher lows being made. Notice how we have higher lows being made into this 2640 resistance. What is this? In other words, this is an ascending triangle. You guys see the ascending triangle. So if that plays out, we could get a lot of upside, more upside, as if we haven't had a lot of upside already, but it's not playing out yet. And again, we saw resistance this morning there on SoFi, and if we pull up the 4-hour chart, now you can see, okay, maybe it looks a little more double toppy, if you will, on this time frame. So you can see here, if I get the handy dandy circle tools out, you guys can see, boom, boom. We kind of I butchered that, but you get the point, where we're seeing a bit of resistance, a double top, if you will, at 26.50. So I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, guys, especially if the VIX creeps up to the higher teens, especially if the market continues to drop. As newsflash, we're heading into September, where the market is not, historically, it's not a great time for the market historically, right? So if we slip more on these indexes here, look, SoFi, there's a good case to make that it's going to come down a good amount lower here. Maybe down to, let's say, 22, 23 on the lower end. We could be playing in this window right here. You can see on the 4-hour time frame, right by the 180 SMA. That's where we've seen when we've seen bigger drawdowns on the stock. More than just 1 or 2%. When we've seen a decent drawdown like 5, 10, 12%, 15%, this moving average has held over the last couple of weeks, months. So at this point, again, if we get the drawdown, the continuation of this red into September, because I think actually, hold on, today's the last day before September, I believe, right? Today's the last, trading day. It's August 29th. So if we slip into September, guys, SoFi is coming down. That's the point. In my opinion, I think we're going to come down maybe another 5-10%. It's possible, and that would put us right by this 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart, right around here. So keep your eyes on that. What do you guys think overall? And for me, I'm just holding on. I'm in at a very low price. We've covered the stock for a year and a half now. You guys know that. So I'm just holding on to my shares, and I'm going to let them ride. Even if it pulls back, I'm holding on. And for me to actually buy more SoFi at this point, guys, I just don't see it happening anytime soon. Unless it collapses, craters down to, let's say, $15. All right, maybe I'll consider it there. But for now, this is the definition of a hold for me. And maybe we'll do some more options moves around it. We'll do updates on that. But yeah, that's a quick rundown here on SoFi. Now down over 2%, so it's actually slipping even more as I make this video, guys. So let me cover now some other stocks. We all know the indexes are down. No need to dive, I guess, too deep into that. SPY clearly has been dumping, although it is finding support over the last couple hours. Same as QQQ here on the intraday. You're noticing that. And on the 4-hour chart, you can see maybe a head and shoulders on QQQ, although we are still above both moving averages. Keep that in mind. And on SPY, if I pull this up, we can see no head and shoulders on SPY, but we are clearly seeing a bit of a drawdown after yesterday's all-time high. This is healthy. This is healthy, guys. And Alibaba stock, I'm not sure if you caught it, but this is up a whopping 13% today, multi-month high for Alibaba after the company just reported their earnings. It looks like here earnings for Alibaba came in at adjusted EPADS of $2.06, which actually missed the $2.13 expected, but sales beat 34.57 billion, of course, versus 34.26 billion expected. So missed EPS, beat sales. Let's see here. Non-GAAP earnings fall, revenue rises. I guess the market is really fixating on that revenue beat. I'm not seeing anything here on guidance, but it looks like Alibaba develops AI chip. Wait, it looks like here they're developing an AI chip to help replace NVIDIA supply. So yeah, that's a bit of a reason why NVIDIA could be slipping down today, down about 3.6%. So overall, guys, it's not the prettiest day. Not the prettiest day for stocks, right? Alibaba is up, but that's kind of putting some fear now in the AI chip market. A little bit here. NVIDIA slipping overall. The indexes are down. But yeah, at this point, man, I'm long, not Alibaba, but I'm long, obviously, SoFi, holding on tight, and NVIDIA for that matter. And the market, man, it needed a pullback. It was begging for a drawdown, and we got it. We got it. Here we are. It's healthy. And not just Alibaba is moving, guys. Celsius keeps on trucking along. This stock's back in the 60s after being in the 20s. Talk about a recovery run here for Celsius. I don't own the stock. I drink a Celsius. Do I have a lisp today, guys? I drink a Celsius here and there, right? But I don't own the stock. Maybe one day I'll buy it, but it's been on a crazy run. Shout out to everybody that bought this dip, that had conviction after it collapsed. I mean, this stock went from $99 to like, what, $20? I mean, that was ridiculous. 80% drop. Shout out to everybody that bought that dip with conviction. You're looking pretty good right now. Looking pretty good right now. So I'm going to wrap up this video, guys. Upload it to you all. Happy Friday. Cheers. Thanks for all your support, tuning in. Check out the links down below, by the way, if you want to join the free email stock newsletter. And if you want to check out the Patreon for my portfolio updates, see what I'm doing in real time in the stock market. All of that is linked down below. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video.